My name is Isaac. I own Zico. We do LinkedIn lead gen, and we've been using Inguro for a couple months now. It's been great. What we do is we work with B2B companies exclusively, and we are targeting a variety of segments. It kind of just depends on who their target audience is, but we are not going to work with a company that does less than 1 million in annual recurring revenue or less than 3 full-time employees. A big variety of industries, big variety of titles that we're targeting. Our For our clients, their average deal size is going to be on the absolute lowest end. It's going to be about 10,000 annual client value. On the high end, it's going to be in the millions. We have one client right now that's closing a $38 million deal, but that's in the food and beverage industry, so they're going to be a little bit larger. So average is way, it can be way anywhere, but low side 10K, high side of the millions. We've been doing sales and marketing on LinkedIn for like more than 10 years. We've closed in revenue many, many, many millions of dollars of revenue that exclusively came from LinkedIn. One of the biggest challenges with using LinkedIn to get leads is that the inbox is so limited and just buggy. There's so little that you can do with it. And so since that's the big pain point, what we are looking for is we're looking for a tool that could take what LinkedIn cannot do and do it, which is organize inbox threads by pipeline stage. LinkedIn doesn't give you natively, at least in the normal inbox, it doesn't give you any ability to do any tagging, doesn't give you any ability to organize threads in any capacity whatsoever. And the big pain point there is there's two things going on. Pain point number one is, as a service provider, your biggest cost is labor. So if LinkedIn doesn't natively give you something to organize your work, it's going to be a big time suck, which means it's going to be a big money pit. So if you can find something that can organize threads in any way, whether it's by tag or pipeline, as long as you can get them organized, that's an immediate cost savings for us because, again, we just have employees doing the work. And if they can't do it efficiently, it brings up our labor costs. And if they can do it efficiently, brings our labor costs down, which I'm all about. Bookmark the URL. They might save it to a database like Airtable or Google Sheets. They might be using a third-party application or cloud-based tool that'll use a webhook and do a trigger event to your CRM. And those can all work, but they're also really time inefficient, right? So they're really time inefficient because there's so many moving pieces. The big benefit with Inguro is that you're staying in the LinkedIn inbox. It's all happening right there. It skips all of the extra pieces and lets you go faster. If you can stay in the LinkedIn inbox kind of natively, so you're just able to kind of toggle between received and sent and by pipeline stage, the time savings, which means the cost savings as a service provider, is huge. I would say compared to using third-party tools or like bookmarking or Airtable, Google Sheets, whatever, or even doing a sales nav lead list and then jumping over to the normal inbox, I would say you're probably going to cut your manual time down by about 50%. I think that's pretty realistic. And then as a service provider, that means that if I'm cutting 50% of time down, it's going to be 50% labor savings, which is huge. And then on top of just, the money saving side of things, if you can, or since you can organize a conversation by pipeline, what that means is you can really quickly put your frame of mind where it needs to be while you're doing messaging. So if you're qualifying, boom, you need to go to qualifying. If someone's interested, if there's an opportunity, so you can just go right through that unique specific segment and reply all like in one batch. It brings your quality up, which is huge. The reason we decided to use Inguro was we were using the Sales Navigator inbox, which has its own sets of benefits over the normal LinkedIn inbox. And then LinkedIn did some updates, which I was very dissatisfied with. And we decided to move away from the Sales Nav inbox and go to the normal inbox. And in doing that, there are so many moving pieces to try and organize threads by stage in the pipeline and to be able to quickly see when the last message was sent and received, and then going in between Sales Navigator and normal LinkedIn, it's not fluid, it's not smooth. There's so many just clicks you have to do that it became a major time inconvenience. So we're looking for a solution that would let us, basically disconnect from Sales Nav lead list and using Sales Nav to organize my pipeline to be able to just do it all in the normal inbox without all the extra clicks. That's the big reason why we made the switch. I would say anybody that is using LinkedIn for sales, they're going to get an ROI if they're regularly using the inbox. An unread message, or if it's your responsibility to follow up in the just regular inbox, it gets buried. It gets buried so fast. And you are going to have important conversations fall through the cracks because they're not being segmented properly and organized. So really, it doesn't matter how you are using LinkedIn. As long as it's for sales or recruiting, as long as there's a financial return with what you're doing, you're going to make your money back if you're using the inbox at all. The one thing that I've not been able to find anywhere that I can buy is more time. So if Inguro costs $20 or $50 or $100, whatever they want to charge in the future, it comes down to how valuable is your time, because you can't get more of it. So if you're spending $20 a month using Inguro, and throughout the course of the entire month, if that saves you an hour, is that worth it? If you're in business, it should be, right? Or you need to up your prices big time. It is a huge market using LinkedIn for sales specifically. And I think that if you're going to be investing in Inguro, your target audience is anybody that's using LinkedIn for virtual sales. And that market has grown like crazy, especially since COVID. Like everything in person, all the business networking events, they're all shut down. And even if they do resume, a trend was solidified to do it digital. It's just faster, it's more convenient. So the market potential, I think, is really big. And I don't think it's going to be going away because there's nothing really even comparable to LinkedIn as far as like global audience size plus professional targeting. There's really no competitors. So I don't think that the opportunity is going to be going away anytime soon. And as far as, how many people could use it, a lot is a lot. And it's only going to grow. It's only going to grow.